Alright bags, it's Jade. Welcome to a special little mini survival show today. I told you guys we weren't going to be doing too many of these, but there are so many smaller little bits of news today for some great games like Valheim, Subnautica, Below Zero and Core Keeper that I felt it's worth putting in here. They're all receiving quality of life or features that are promising something exciting. So let's go over everything you need to know about some great survival games today. Kicking off with Valheim and a mechanical update for their public test branch, so it's not live for everyone, only if you opt into this on Steam, enabling crossplay. Now, they said other platforms, we know it's coming to the Windows 10 store, I presume it might come to the Epic Games store in the future as well, maybe, and this is what this is going to test. If you don't know, of course, Valheim is coming to the PC Windows store, and that means it's going to be on the PC Games Pass, and then next year, early spring, it will be on the Xbox platforms. All of them will be cross-play by that point. You will be able to play on Xbox with your Steam account or players, so it's a great move. Obviously with 10 million people that have bought Valheim on Steam, I'm not too sure how many more people haven't actually played it, but you never know. And if you've got PC Games Pass in the next few months, Valheim's got to be the #1 choice for you to give a shot. Maybe they're also hinting at a Epic Games Store release as well. Coffee Stain Studios, the studio publisher behind Valheim, have a bit of a cozy relationship with them. They obviously put Satisfactory into early access on their storefront before it came to Steam, so there is potential that Valheim might be launching on the Epic Games Store in the future as well. Now if you're a Steam player, nothing's going to change except there are a few new little buttons on the menus. The only difference will be if you've got a dedicated server where you can choose for it to support crossplay or not. So obviously if you don't want to play with anyone else on Windows Store or any other storefronts, then you don't have to. And it also says you can choose a code or set it for IP so that players have to know that stuff before they can join. So there we go, crossplay support added. Manage saves, GUI added so it's easier for players to restore, remove saves and backups. Some network optimization for in-game hosting, less demanding for the host when other players are in the same world. The join tab has been updated, players can now add favourite servers and see if a server is running and if they can support crossplay or not. Players can now use the parameter crossplay while running dedicated servers to support crossplay, and that is pretty much it. A small mechanical update, but it does suggest to me that we could be seeing the Mistlands soon. So Pictive, the company behind the port for Windows 10, they're obviously working on all the content to keep Valheim up to date, and in future all the content's got to be at the same level before it gets pushed out to all the platforms. So maybe they're going to launch the Windows 10 crossplay and the PC Games Pass with the actual Mistlands update. That would be obviously a big deal for Xbox. I'm sure they'll love to put their hand into the pot and try and advertise and promote that they're part of the Mistlands update on their storefront as well. Or maybe it's the other way round and they're simply just getting this ready to then work and add the Mistlands afterwards. They did say it would happen in full, that we would get the crossplay in the Windows 10 store version. So yeah, it's got to be one of them two things. Either crossplay first, then Mistlands, or it's all together in one mega update. I'm sure this testing will go live for a couple of weeks. So yeah, there is potential, maybe, we could see Mistlands before the end of the month. That's only my kind of best guess. We'll have to wait and see how true that is. And moving on to Subnautica, it's called What the Dock Update and it's for Below Zero and it's got a whole host of changes. You can now create proper custom game modes. Turn off hunger alerts, thirst alerts, temperature alerts, weather effects, vegetarian diet, day length, night length, bad weather, player damage, vehicle damage and the predator damage. You can adjust all of these now with different sliders. It'd be really cool if this does come to the original Subnautica as well, but that is still pretty good stuff. Definitely gives a bit more replayability to the game. Imagine playing it in the vegetarian diet mode. They've also added a brand new base piece. This is the sea truck module. You can literally park your sea truck and up to 5 modules inside it. So it's just a big long tube. But it's still pretty cool if people want things a little bit neat rather than their sea truck just sploshing about in the water outside your base. Loads of bug fixes apparently as well, making it stable. And they've now got an unstuck button in case something goes wrong. If you don't know, this is just probably the first in a whole series of updates that are going to be coming to Subnautica and Below Zero. They announced nearly a year ago now that they would be revisiting all of Subnautica across consoles to helpfully hope, investigate and fix a lot of stuff. And they have done that over that last year. There was a big update for Switch a good few months ago and it looks like they're still in the process of some of these as well. They did say they'd plan new updates and this is, I guess, one of the first updates. It's great stuff considering the games are kind of old and the team are definitely moving on to their next stuff. We know that tentatively Subnautica 3 is now in the works and they've got their other new game, Moonbreaker. So great stuff from them. Definitely might give me another chance to go and revisit Subnautica and take a look at some of these challenges, especially Below Zero, as I never actually managed to finish it. And another quality of life update. Core Keeper gets a cozy caverns update, basically allowing you to change a whole bunch of stuff. You can now paint a whole lot more items, place torches on walls, now also sit down on chairs, stools, the cave-in throne and the cave-in toilet. You can now paint the dresser, wood pedestal and rug, and they've got new painting decoration items, as well as some wooden furniture as well, and loose flooring. So a small little update, but it definitely adds something to obviously Core Keeper, and there's definitely more exciting stuff coming if you want more gameplay. Core Keeper has sold over 1 million copies and is sitting nicely on a 90% positive review score. If you haven't tried it, absolutely pick it up. I covered it on my second channel, JCraft, and I've been keeping up to date with all the updates. They've got a Halloween event coming in October, and then their next big update, the Desert of Beginnings, in November. A brand new biome, new sub-biomes, new bosses, obviously new enemies, materials, and a vehicle of some sort as well to go along with the boats that they added in the last update. They're also adding Steam achievements in the future as well. Then they've got another Christmas event in December, and then the next biome, the Crystal biome, I'm guessing at some point in early 2023. So yeah, if you haven't seen Core Keeper, check out my second channel. I might even leave a link to the playlist in the comment section to check it out. Great little game. If you love Terraria and 2D survival games, absolutely pick this one up. So there you go. Any of them piqued your fancy if you haven't somehow tried them? Some of the best survival games out there, old and brand new like Core Keeper. Absolutely give it a shout. Eagerly excited for Core Keeper, the maybe big updates that are coming, but obviously also maybe in the future for console. They haven't mentioned anything about console, but I feel like it's one of them games that wouldn't be too hard to port once they come out of early access. Of course, Subnautica's already there, but Subnautica 3 is going to be big in the game, and Valheim is going to just dominate when it launches on Xbox. So I'll be there every step of the way, and I just want to support some games that are doing some great stuff. So until next time, rat bags, laters.